Hi, and welcome to the Pilates Collective. I'm excited to bring you these videos to help you on your pathway to better posture, pain-free life, and better mobility. I'm Stacey Sharp, and I've been a Pilates teacher for 14 years, and I'm here to guide you through the foundations of your new Pilates journey. These videos are designed to take you through basic Pilates movements step by step. Through these videos, I want you to focus on connecting your mind to your body, and where possible, not to watch the videos, but simply use the guidance of my voice. Okay guys, we're going to take it into our glute burner series. So we're going to start by warming up, and we're going to take our springs to 2 reds and 2 greens just to stabilize the carriage. I also want you to make sure your headrest is down, as we are going to lift the hips up. Okay, so coming to lie back down onto your back. Place the head down between the shoulder blocks. Feet are coming onto the foot bar, hip distance apart. Okay, so again, let's take a few nice deep breaths in and out. Just relaxing that rib cage down into the carriage. Nice deep breath in. And exhale out. Deep breath in to prepare. I want you to exhale, press the carriage out, connecting those heels into the glutes. Let's make sure we feel nice and equal in those heels, connecting up into that little fold of your bottom, ribs nice and tucked in, tailbone nice and heavy. Inhale back in. Exhale to press away. Inhale back in. Exhale to press. You're just going to give me one more here. Exhale to press. Inhale, back in. Now, let's roll through our spine to lift our hips away from the carriage. You're going to start by tucking your tailbone under, and you're going to very carefully peel your spine away from the carriage, one vertebra at a time. You're going to squeeze and wrap into those glutes. I want length through the front of your hips. Don't arch into your lower back. Keep that rib to hip connection. Tummy's drawing in. Deep breath in at the top. And exhale, chest bone down first, then each little vertebrae, one at a time, peeling back down into that carriage. Inhale. Exhale, scoop, roll through the spine. Lengthen those knees all the way up and over the foot bar so we get that length through the front of the thighs. Inhale. Exhale, peeling it back down. All the way back to that neutral. Come back to that nice, relaxed spine. Exhale to tuck and scoop. Lengthen up. That's it. Now in this nice elevated position, let's take a moment just to be aware of our pelvic floor. Guys, I'm talking to you too. Let's zip it up into the belly. It likes being in this elevated position. Let's use gravity to help it just connect. Not super squeeze. I just want you to bring an awareness into that pubis, that lower part of your pelvis. Nice deep breath in. Now, we're going to lower the tailbone down. We are not peeling the spine down this time. We're leading with the tailbone and then squeezing back up. Now, I want you to make sure your hips, knees, and ankles are all in nice straight lines. That's where we get the nice connection into the glutes and the stability in the hips. We're trying to keep the carriage as stable as we can. Inhale down. Exhale to squeeze. Inhale down and exhale to squeeze. One last time, let's take it up and hold it, guys. Squeeze and wrap into those glutes, ribs to hips, no pressure in the lower back. Little pulses up and down for 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 big squeeze to the top. And then we're going to carefully peel that spine back down, one vertebrae at a time, using those tummy muscles to control all the way back to neutral. Okay, so let's go into our side lying series. I recommend a head block to come onto the headrest, or if you want to, you can simply fold a towel just to support your head so that your neck is nice and neutral. You're going to come down to 1 red spring, or if you are quite strong, you can take it to 1 red and 1 yellow. Place the head block onto the headrest and come down onto your side. You're going to keep your underneath leg straight underneath the foot bar. Your top leg is going to come onto the edge of the foot bar. Now it's really important that your heel is connected. Your toes do not need to be connected to the foot bar. We want hip, knee and ankle all in a nice straight line. Shoulders are down and away. Your underneath arm wraps around and takes hold of the handle. Top hand is coming onto the shoulder block. Nice deep breath in to prepare. I want you to exhale, press away and just hold it out there for a moment. Let's think about what's happening with our pelvis. I don't want you to roll forwards or back. Make sure you're nice and stacked on your hips. I then want you to lengthen out of your top leg a little bit more so we get this little space on the underneath side of the waist. I also want you to make sure that your bottom feels like it's in the center of the carriage, so your head and your tailbone are in a nice straight line. So we've got nice open collarbone, little space on the underside waist, nice neutral pelvis, heel is nice and connected into the foot bar. Okay, so let's bend in and exhale to press. Inhale in and exhale, press. Make sure you keep that tummy nice and controlled. Those ribs are pulling in and back. We're not allowing the tailbone to stick out. We're going to keep the tailbone, if anything, slightly tucked under. Okay, let's press out and hold it out. You're going to keep your heel on the foot bar, but just rotate the toes up to the ceiling. Bending in, exhale to press away. Inhale in and exhale to press. Now again, it's important to think about your pelvis in this lateral rotation. As your knee is up to the ceiling, we're not letting the hip rotate back. That hip bone is still facing straight forwards. Okay, let's draw that carriage back into the stopper now, because we're going to come onto our toe. We're going to go knee down, heel up in our medial rotation. Okay, so tummy in. Inner thigh on the underneath leg is still nice and connected. As you press away, allow the knee to rotate down, inner thigh, round to the outside of the glute. Again, think about your pelvis. Do not let the pelvis roll forwards. Keep that hip bone back. Tummy in. Inhale in. Exhale to press. Inhale in. Exhale to press. You're going to give me 2 more here. And last one. Good stuff. Okay, so bringing the knee back to neutral, we're just going to bring the foot back in line with the sitting bone. This time we're going to keep the heel a little bit higher. Okay, so we're going to be on our tippy toe. We're going to use our calf, our quad and our glutes a little bit more this time. Again, keeping our little space underneath the waist. Hand back onto the shoulder block. Lengthen away. Now let's just hold it here for a moment. Let's think about our pelvis, ribs, tummy. The full length of the leg should feel nice and active. Inhale, bend back in. Keep that heel nice and high. Inhale in and exhale, press. Inhale in, exhale, press. Inhale in. Now draw the carriage halfway in only and hold it still. You're going to rotate that knee up to the ceiling, rotate it back to neutral. Keep that knee all the way up to the ceiling, all the way down to the carriage. Pelvis is nice and neutral. Rotate down, rotate up. Give me 2 more. Keep that carriage still, guys. Don't let it go into that stopper. Last one. Come all the way back to your neutral. Press all the way out, hold it. We're going to lower the heel down to the foot bar. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift that underneath leg up. We're working in that inner thigh. Lower back down. Exhale and lift. Inhale and down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Really nice and long through those legs. Don't let the knee bend. Make sure you're just using that inner thigh. It doesn't matter if the leg doesn't lift all the way up to the foot bar. Just a small movement as long as it's isolated into your inner thigh. You should also feel it in the lower tummy. And now just bring that leg back to neutral. We're going to lift and lower the heel. So just connecting up into the glutes. Let that bottom lift and lower that heel. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. 2 more. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Last one now. And then lifting that heel, drawing the carriage back in. Okay, so taking that top foot into the strap, grab hold of your big hoop. This time, we're going to place the underneath leg against the silver part of the foot bar. The top leg will come into the hoop. When you're ready, push into the strap and press the carriage away. You're then going to tuck that underneath leg in onto the carriage. Okay, so still got our little space underneath the waist, shoulders and neck are nice and relaxed. We're going to bend forwards into 90 degrees. Exhale to press and reach. Now this movement is coming from your glute. It's coming from hip extension. So don't think about the lower leg kicking forwards. We're pushing back with the heel and opening up the hip. So you want to get this nice connection into the bottom. Exhale to press. Inhale back in. One more time. Exhale to press. Now, we're going to lengthen the leg forwards. It's really important that you think about your pelvis. We're not allowing the tailbone to come with the leg. We're almost lengthening the tailbone behind us as we reach our leg forwards and then squeeze and pull back. You should be feeling this in your bottom now, guys. Your bottom should be feeling very warm. We're reaching back, squeezing. We're going to get the full extension of the hip, so we work into the deepest part of the glute. But remember, we're not collapsing into this lower back. We're still active in the front. We're using our tummy to stabilize. Inhale up and exhale to reach back. Inhale and exhale. Reach it in line with your leg. Now really push into that strap for me. You are just going to lift and lower just an inch for 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4, 3, 2 and 1. And then relax that leg. Just let it dangle over the edge of the carriage and just enjoy that stretch into the outside of the hip. Well done, guys. Let's turn and do all that on the other side. Okay, so we're going to go into our standing leg work now. We're going to firstly place the box back on short, pressed all the way up to the shoulder blocks. We're going to have one red spring on, which is what I recommend as standard. And then you're going to take your straps and I want you to take them off the hooks and just place them onto the floor, just so they don't get in the way. Carefully step up onto the non-moving part of the Reformer, the platform extender, and face towards the foot bar. You're then going to step to the right side of the platform extender. We're going to take the left foot into the center of the box. You're going to make sure your hip bones stay facing forwards, nice and tall through the upper body. The back leg is going to stay nice and straight. Now, bending the front knee, keep that back leg nice and straight. You're going to take note of what's happening with your front leg. As we exhale and take the leg back, I want the ankle, knee and hip all to stay in a nice straight line. Exhale, go as deep as you feel comfortable, but I do want this back leg to stay nice and long and strong. We're working into this glute for stability, as well as this right side hip for strength. So I want you to really focus on what's happening around the hips, shoulders and necks, guys, nice and long, tummy's still nice and active. We're gonna exhale, take it deep and hold. Nice and strong in this outside right glute, guys. Pull the back knee in and then exhale to press away. Think about the collarbone, neck and shoulders as staying nice and neutral in the upper body. I don't want you to be tempted to slouch forwards. Keep your chin slightly lifted, length through the crown, and exhale, squeeze. Get that nice connection in your glute on this left side. Inhale in, exhale to press. Inhale in, exhale, press, hold it. Let's take it deeper, guys. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Reach those arms forwards. Little pulse up and down for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And carefully draw the carriage back in. Good stuff. Okay, let's take it over to the other side. So, stepping over to the left side of the platform extender, right foot comes into the center of the box. Nice and tall, tummy, glutes, hip bone straight forwards. Let's take it nice and deep. And up nice and tall. Remember, think about that front leg, ankle, knee, hip. Nice and tall. Collarbones wide, ribs tucking in. Connect into the outside of this left glute. We're strengthening that stability. This is going to help the stability of the knees, the ankles, and also give us a nice toned bottom. So let's take it as deep as we can. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, let's take it deep and hold it, guys. Ribs, tummies. Let's pull that back knee in. Exhale, squeeze, get the length in that back leg. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Nice and long through the crown. Keep that tummy connected. Have a little look at your ankle, knee and hip. Hold it back. Let's take it deeper. Hold it. Reach the arms forwards. Little pulse up and down for me just for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Well done. Draw that carriage in nice and slowly. Carefully bring the foot back onto the platform extender and relax. Okay, so now let's work more into the sides of these glutes. We're going to bring one foot either side of the gap. Now, as you do that, take a little look at your toes. Are they in a line? Are the insides of your feet straight and parallel with that gap in the reformer? We want to think about where those feet are. Now have a little rock on the toes, forwards and backwards, big toe, little toe, heel. Let's bring the awareness into that foot position and where our body weight is through those feet. Now, nice and heavy into the heels. I want you to connect up into that bottom and we're bringing that rib cage back over the pelvis, nice and tall. We can place the hands out to the side, or if the shoulders are a little bit tired, you can bring your hands just onto your hips. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, press out nice and equally with both legs. Now, you want your pelvis to stay central. We should have an equal gap, an equal angle in both hips. You should feel both sides of your bottom working here. And then draw it back in nice and slow and controlled. Exhale to press out. Keep the tailbone slightly tucked under so that we keep this nice connection in the front of the tummy. This is going to help the glutes connect. Exhale to press out. Inhale back in. Exhale to press. I want you to also think about where your body weight is through your feet again. Are you wandering forwards into the front of your toes? I hope not, because I want your body weight in your heels. We connect better into our glutes if we have our heels nice and connected into the carriage. Now let's press out and hold it. Now really suck those thigh bones up into your bottom. Tuck your tailbone under. Let's go into a nice little squat. Hold that carriage still. Bend the knees, take the bottom back. Squeeze up, really connect into the bottom and into the tummy. Inhale to take it down. Exhale to press away. I hope your carriage isn't moving. Inhale to take it down. Exhale to lengthen up. Inhale, hold. Let's bring those hands into a little prayer position. You're going to keep this right leg nice and still. We're going to lengthen out through that left leg. Inhale back in. Exhale, press out. Inhale back in. Exhale, press out. Inhale back in. Nice and stable in this outside hip, guys. Lengthen out. Hold it there. Nice and long through the legs, drawing it back into that stopper. Good stuff. Now, same position, just rotating those toes out. Nice and tall again. Bring that rib cage back over the pelvis. We're just going to take it a little bit deeper into that glute now. If you struggled a little bit with the parallel feet, you might find this one a little bit easier. And that's fine, also strengthening up these hips. But we do also want to work in that parallel. So just keeping that tailbone tucked under, ribs back. And give me one more. Hold, hands in prayer. Let's take it down into a nice deep squat. Go as low as you can. Stabilize that carriage. Inhale, take it down. Exhale, lengthen up. Inhale, take it down. Hold. Raise one heel. Lower it down. Keep that carriage still. Raise one heel. Lower it down. Raise the heel. Lower. One more time. Raise. Lower. Lengthening all the way up. Draw it all the way back in. Well done, guys. Bring those feet back to parallel. Okay, so let's take it into our inner thighs now. We're going to think about our deep center line. So our inner thighs through our pelvic floor, deep transverses all the way to the crown of our head. Again, we're going to have our feet parallel, but this time you're going to take your spring down to a yellow spring. Okay, so when you're all set up, let's bring it up nice and tall. Again, think about the big toe, little toe, and heel. Tucking that tailbone under. Place those hands onto the hips. Now, I warn you, for your first one, do not go too wide. Remember, the emphasis of this movement is the pull in of the carriage, not the push away. So don't do the splits on your first one. You'll not be able to get back, and I'm not there to rescue you. Okay, so nice and tall. We're going to take it out just as wide as you feel comfortable. Do not go too wide on your first one. Pulling back in, inner thigh, lower tummy, all the way to the crown of your head. Inhale as you go out. Let's challenge it a little bit more now, guys. Exhale to pull in. And again, inhale out. Exhale, pull in. Now, if you feel that isn't challenging enough, you can take your foot a little bit further across the carriage. And we'll go inhale out. Exhale, pull in. I want you to really keep your tailbone tucked under, connecting into those inner thighs, lower tummy. You should not feel this in the lower back. You should feel it in the inner thighs, lower tummy. And inhale out. And exhale, pull in. Lovely stuff. Again, we're going to go into lateral, so turning the toes out. Same movement. Inhale out. Exhale, pull in. If you want to take the arms out and exhale, pull in, feel free to add in a little bit of arm work here. It's nice as we open and exhale to pull in. Make sure you pull all the way into that stopper as well. We're going to get that deepest part of the inner thigh as we really draw into that stopper. You're just going to give me two more here. Inhale, take it as deep as you can. Exhale to pull in. One last time. Inhale out and exhale to pull in. Okay, so we've worked into the right side of the hip. We're going to turn around now and do the other side. As you turn around, please stand onto the non-moving part of the carriage and face the other way. Remember, for the first part of your exercises, we need to go back up to the red spring to work into the outside of the hips. We then change down to the yellow spring for your inner thighs.